I'm leaving my wife and it's over goddamn money. I made up my mind just a few minutes ago, though our marriage has been on the rocks for a while. I'm not interested in pursuing any more therapy on my end or encouraging her to take therapy for herself, she never will. I've supported her in every capacity for literally *10 years. The house, the car we drive, the bills, all me. Me. All under the promise of when she started making some real money, she'd help out. So, I've been patient. There were times I wasn't patient, but give me a break, I'm human, and I'm paying all the ducking bills here. I don't make six figures, I actually make less than $50,000 in my day job. But with my 2x per week plasma donation and my freelance I work in the evenings, we do okay. In her previous jobs, she made peanuts, $11.12 per hour, so it was understandable that I pay the bulk of the bills. Now she has a sales job. And she's good at it. Very good at it, in fact. She gets a hefty commission bonus for every X number of sales she brings in, and she just got her first commission check. It was $3,500. On top of her pay. She officially makes more than me, now. I tell her, that's great. This will help cover daycare for the month. I've been paying daycare for our child, which totals $880 per month, and I've been absolutely scraping by to pay it, with family chipping in to help us out with it. I have my own bills to cover on top of this, and gun to my head, I couldn't tell you how I've been paying for the bulk of it the last 6 months. She said, and I quote, "Listen, ya girl's got bills she needs to pay, first, okay? I got some debt I need to pay down before I start covering that. But, I have debt, too. What about me? That was our whole plan. Why are you dismissing the plan now that you have money? Wasn't that the point? I can't pay my debt because I'm paying for goddamn childcare. You've had 10 ducking years to pay off your debt. 10 ducking years of my life I've been supporting you. And she's going to get a commission like this every month now because she's just an ace when it comes to sales. It's $900 and she'd still have money left over. Our entire plan all along has been that I support her, and once she's making some money, she can pay half our expenses. It's only fair, that way we both win and can save money. Especially now, with her making substantially more than me. But she doesn't seem to want to do that. She's had 10 ducking years to pay off whatever the duck debt she's talking about, and now that she has that ability, she's not interested in helping me, even though I'm barely scraping by to pay for our child's daycare, a child that we have together. Nope, that's it. I'm done with this. I'm going to find a way to save some cash and I'm getting the duck out of this one-sided relationship. I don't want to do this crap anymore. 10 years is long enough. My wife went out last night and didn't come home until this morning. With update. This is horrible, I'm furious right now. But I'm also depressed as hell. I know what I have to do, it's just killing me that I have to do it. It's fresh, and it hurts a lot. My wife didn't come home last night. She went out with a couple of girlfriends, which is pretty normal for her. She's normally back around 2 a.m. on these nights, so I waited up. Around 2:30, I called to check in. She answered, and I could hear people in the background. She told me they went to a party but were leaving in a couple of minutes. She wasn't home by 3, so I texted. It was delivered, but no reply. Around 4 a.m. I called again. It rang a couple of times before she sent me to voicemail. My wife finally came stumbling through the door at 6:47 a.m. this morning. I know the exact time because I was worried. She was wearing a dress she didn't leave the house in, with mesh leggings, I'd never seen either. The leggings had clearly been torn, and her makeup was smudged. My heart sank when I saw her. My immediate worry was that she had been assaulted. She only shook her head no when I asked her that. I asked her what she had been doing then. She only said that I knew what she had been doing, and that kind of confirmed what the voice in the back of my head had been screaming since she walked in. My wife cheated on me last night. I asked her who it was, and she shrugged almost casually and said it was somebody they met at the club. She went back to his house and hooked up with him, then Ubered home. She then said she didn't want to fight and just wanted to sleep. So that's what she did. She's still asleep now and didn't even take a shower before passing out. Suffice to say our relationship is over. We don't have any kids, and we rent, so it shouldn't be an extremely complicated process. I keep trying to reason myself out of it, pretending there might be something to salvage here. I've always maintained that cheating would be a red line for me though. I think I need to stick to that now. Update. Me again, folks. I'm sorry I didn't get around to this sooner. I wasn't able to get the day off work yesterday because my boss kind of sucks. I was a complete mess at work yesterday though, so I was allowed to take the rest of the week as vacation, thankfully. I think I went through all of the stages of grief while my soon-to-be ex was sleeping. I wasn't expecting my post to get any attention at all. I just figured I needed to try to talk to someone about it because I was not in a good headspace. I made the post in the morning, and by noon she was still conked out in the bedroom. I had processed things a bit more, and I had a rough plan in my head that I was starting to set in motion. I made a short list of questions I wanted answers to and gathered up all my important documents, laptop, etc. Then I went into the bedroom and started packing myself a suitcase. I know a lot of folks wanted me to kick her out. I did consider it, but honestly, I'm not overly attached to this place. We just rent, and I'm in a lucky enough situation to be able to say that paying half the rent for a few months isn't going to financially end me. It'll sting a little bit, I won't lie. But I'll make it, and I feel like being around this place is only going to remind me of her anyway. I need to be looking forward, not back. She ended up waking up about halfway through me packing my suitcase. There was momentary confusion as she looked around the room, then she just started bawling. Maybe this is awful of me, but I didn't bother comforting her. I told her I had the screenshots of her Uber and text messages from her phone, and that plus her confirmation was enough that things between us were completely done. She didn't answer me and just cried louder. I debated trying to continue the conversation, but I decided to just pack the rest of my suitcase and head back out to the living room until she came out. When she finally left the bedroom, she sat next to me on the couch and asked me if we could talk things through. I told her as calmly as possible that wasn't how things were going to work. I was going to ask questions, I wanted honest answers. She told me she'd be honest, so I proceeded. My voice was shaking the entire time, it was taking me everything to hold it together, but I kept going. Was this the first time she had cheated? She started crying before she answered that, then told me no. She had cheated on me multiple times over the course of our relationship. It was, and I'm going to use her words exactly here, just sex, a way for me to let off steam. None of it ever meant anything. I wrote a comment shortly after making my post that all the love couldn't just fade away in one swoop. Well, it can. It hit me right then that I wasn't dealing with my wife. The person I was married to literally wasn't in the room. This was someone different. She refused to tell me exactly how many times she had cheated, just more than last night. Had she used protection? No hesitation from her before she nodded her head emphatically. She seemed surprised I'd even ask that. I'm still going to get tested just to be safe. I did some research into timing and I'm going to look after it. Were her friends also cheating on their spouses? Yes, and no. I tried to get her to tell me which of her friends were cheating so I could get in contact with their spouses. She probably should have, because her refusal led to me messaging pretty much the romantic partner of every one of her girlfriends I could find on social media. There are a couple I don't know or couldn't find, but I did my part. Why did she do it? This was the answer that gutted me the most. I'm going to use her exact words again. I need to have sexual variety. I told her that it's not like our sex life is dull. She clarified. It's not the same as something new. I didn't even have a response to that one. I had expected something about me working too much, or not supporting her emotionally. Nope. She just ducked other guys because she felt like it and wanted to have some fun. When I didn't respond, she started asking me about counseling and therapy. I reiterated that our relationship was over. I'd be leaving. What she did next disgusted me. My ex actually tried to have sex with me. She put her hands on me and started trying to take off my clothes. I felt like I wanted to vomit and pushed her away after a couple of seconds. She just kept telling me that she would figure out a way to fix it, and that we would work through it together. I told her that there was no way, and she started bawling again. She went to the bathroom and locked herself inside. I was just sick of everything at that point. I called her mother and told her what was going on. The full story too, the cheating, the questions I had asked, and the fact I was leaving. I've always had a good relationship with my ex's parents. They both decided to drive to town, which is about an hour for them. Once I knew someone was on the way, I just grabbed my things and left. Her waterworks in the bathroom were just annoying me because it felt hollow to me, especially given the answers to my questions. I ended up packing another bag before I left and took all the things that I could think of that I felt a sentimental attachment to, with me. I found a parking lot and sat in my car until I was able to get in contact with a buddy for a place to crash. I tried to take a nap, but I was running on way too much adrenaline. I knew when her parents had made it to the apartment because she started calling me. When I didn't answer those, she started texting me. She had gone from sad and crying to furious. Apparently, I'm a ducking piece of crap for telling her mom everything. Whoops. I'm not sorry. I've received roughly 100 texts from her since leaving. They range from name calling all the way to begging me to come back, to sending me pictures of the food she ate for some reason. I haven't responded to any of them. I feel like I said my piece before leaving. So that's where I'm at now. We didn't have joint finances, so that part was easy. I canceled all the subscriptions that go to my credit card just to be sure and changed all my important passwords. I'm crashing on a friend's couch for the next bit, but I've got some feelers out to some short-term rental places until I can find something more permanent. I've got feelers out for a divorce attorney too. A coworker of mine had a recommendation, so barring something better I'll probably go with them. I also wanted to say that I was shocked at how supportive everyone was and thank you for that. Truly, from the bottom of my heart. It isn't easy for me to talk about emotional things with people close to me. This was an invaluable venting place for me. Thank you all so much. TLDR. This wasn't the first time she had cheated on me. I packed up my things and left, and I think I'm on track to being in a better place. Working on initiating divorce proceedings now. My best friend wants me to be the godmother of my boyfriend's baby. I'm angry, sad, devastated, horrified, and can't stop laughing at this complete stupidity. I feel like a fourth grader's English project on all the different emotions they feel. I've been dating my BF for nearly 4 years now. I thought this was the man I was going to marry, and I thought my best friend since we were teens would be my maid of honor. I'm what you would call a ducking idiot surrounded by horny wombats who don't give a duck about anything but themselves. As the title suggests, my boyfriend has shot his seed into my beloved best friend's egg and who knows where else. Yesterday, my best friend came to me and confessed they had been having an affair for the last year and a half. She told me she loved me but loved him more and it was never supposed to happen like this, or something. Honestly, the smell of bullcrap coming out of her mouth made me dizzy. She confesses she was pregnant with his baby. She told me she feels horribly guilty but she wants me to always be in her life and the whore actually asked me to be the baby's godmother. She must have knocked her head on his tiny little balls a few too many times and got brain damage. I guess I should have known. It all tied together for me. All those times I would catch them giving each other looks or I would catch her at our apartment without me there that she would claim to be a surprise visit. I can't believe how ducking stupid this is. Safe to say my lovely boyfriend can now go down as an ex in my contacts. That also goes for my dearest bestie. I'm going to confront my boyfriend tonight and wish them a miserable life together, as they both deserve. Edit. Wow, lots of love coming my way and I'm very grateful for it. A lot of you are laughing, which I understand. Laugh all you want and don't feel bad lol. From an outside perspective, I understand this is probably funny. Anyway, thanks for all the love. Safe to say God will be seeing the top of my ego soon because of how high up it's going. Appreciate you all. Just keep laughing through the pain.
Like and subscribe for more ducking content.